Hey y'all, welcome back to True to Shelf, and I am back as promised with my top 10 bookish icks. This has been a trend for a while. It's kind of dying down now, but I got to just get these off my chest, okay? And also, I see a lot of booktubers or booktalkers with the same icks. Kind of feel like most of them are petty. Oh, the books have to be the same size if they're by the same author. Mine mostly have to do with the actual content of the book. So I'm going in order from 10 to 1, so definitely stay tuned till the end to find my number 1 bookish ick. Let's get on into it. So number 10 is probably the most petty, but I just cannot stand it, is when the summary or synopsis of the book is not on the back. So like when you book shopping, you feel me, you see a nice cover, you look to the back for the summary. Like, that's standard. But a lot of authors try to be all complicated and not put it back there, try to put it on the back inside cover. Some of them put it on the front inside, but then that way, if the summary is long, it has to continue. So like, where did you continue it at? Just stop making it hard for people to find the synopsis and just do it standard on the back. Why are you being complicated? Number 9, I cannot stand slow pace thrillers. If there's 50 chapters in a book, why am I not finding out what happened until chapter 48? That is terrible to me. If it's a thriller, I want to be thrilled. Taking that long is too much of a slow build-up for me. This book, You Should Have Told Me by Leah Conan, we didn't find out what he should have told her till the last 2 chapters of the book, and I was mad. Just thinking about it is pissing me off. If it's gonna be a thriller, keep me thrilled, okay? Number 8. I cannot stand certain ways that authors describe character having like an anxiety attack or whatever. For example, one is like, I bit my inner cheek or bottom lip so hard I started to taste my blood. Like, do you know how hard you have to bite your own lip to make it start bleeding? Like, come on now. Like, that's just so unrealistic. Or another one I see, like, I gripped the steering wheel until my knuckles were white. Like, come on now. And it was crazy. I've seen that exact metaphor 32,000 times in books. Like, so many people use it and I'm sick of it. Describe your anger, fear, anxiety in a different way, please. Another one, like if an author is like trying to describe like a character not getting physical, so they'll be like, oh, I dug my nails into the palm of my hand until I saw blood. Like, again, do you know how hard that would be in real life? It's funny to say out loud, but y'all, I hate that so bad. Anyway, number 7, very similar to number 8, when authors describe women getting ready to do the do, right? Or spicy scenes. Why do they always describe it as, oh, I started to feel heat between my legs? Like, why are you describing it like a radiator? Ma'am, sir, that is very weird. Like, it's not like that. It is so hard to find a spicy scene in books that are well written and not cringy, but describing it as heat between the legs, Miss Girl, I don't like it. Number 6, I cannot stand when authors describe characters having olive skin. Why? I don't know why, but that gets under my skin so bad. Like, is she an alien or not? Like, what does olive skin look like in real life? When I find pictures, I'm gonna really see, like, okay, does that make sense? I just hate it because it's hard for me to imagine olive skin in my head. Number 5, I cannot stand when really important dialogue, they're going back and forth, but they break the dialogue up with descriptives. For example, right, like a killer is talking to his victim, any last words, and then they start describing what the killer got on, what the surroundings look like, what he using. Like, get to the point, you know what I'm saying? It just needs to be boom boom boom. What they talking about? That one's kind of petty, but if the book is good enough, I will literally skip whatever's not in quotation marks and just read the dialogue because I don't have time. I don't care what color his boots was. I don't care if his shirt is stained with blood from his last victim. Like, I want to read the dialogue because I want to see what's going to happen. Number 4, y'all, I cannot stand constant time jumps. Oh my gosh. Like, I could stand 1 or 2 to like, so we get the gist of the story if that's needed. But if the story is taking me 3 months earlier, then 1 month before that, Then we back to the present day. Then last night, 14 years ago. Like, I cannot stand that. That is too much jumping around. At this point, what age is the character now? Like, I don't even know. Relax with the time jumps, please. Number 3, I kind of addressed this in my first video. I cannot stand when there's multiple points of views in a book, but they're hard to follow. But not even just hard to follow, is when they switch and it's not clear that they switched point of views, basically. You know what I'm saying? We'll be reading from the main character, right? Then it'll switch the main character's boyfriend's sister, switch to their uncle next chapter. And then we'll be reading the perspective of a random bystander in the next chapter. Like, not only do you have to follow all that, but you have to comprehend it. And you have to remember what's going on in each perspective as they switch. Like, that's just too much. I hate that. Sometimes it's without a clear switch too. So as you're reading, you kind of have to be like, okay, this is from this character, and okay, next chapter, this got to be from this person. Like, I do not want to read a book like that. That's why it's in the top 3, because it's terrible. All right, y'all, we are at my top 2. Book ICKS. Number 2. I can't stand when characters have hard to pronounce names. I get sometimes it goes with the story, or the author has a certain image or vision with a character and their name is a part of that. Cool. The story will be like, I saw him, my lover from 5 years ago. Keltope-sanso. Like, why is a main character in the book Keltope-sanso? I just don't get it. And then we have to keep rereading it over and over again throughout the book. Keltope-sanso said. Keltope-sanso walked up to him. Like, that is so irritating. I literally, if it's that hard to pronounce, I would just read it as K in my head, because I'm not about to be reading that over and over again. All right, y'all, and number 1, my worst bookish ick is when authors create endings of a story. When a character dies, right, then the character's significant other and the character's best friend get together at the end of the book. Why? I cannot stand that trope. Like, I don't get it. Like, it happened in 2 books I've read pretty recently. Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. If you have read this, you know it. Not only did they end up together, fall in love, they had a baby together and then named the baby after the dude that died. I don't understand that. But then they sit up there, oh, he would have wanted this. He would have wanted us to be happy. It just happens to be with each other. No. No. Do you know what I would be doing in my grave if my man and my best friend ended up together after I died? In one book, it happened that same exact way. One character passed away. Her best friend and her man had sex at the end of the book in the name of grief. They decided, okay, we're not gonna be together. That was a one-time thing that happened. We were both sad. Boom. Still irritating, but at least they didn't end up together. And it's so irritating because authors are trying to make this like a thing, something that's okay, and it's not. And it pisses me off. That is my number 1 issue with books. So that was number 1, y'all. And I'm gonna give y'all a bonus, actually, because I have another one that I cannot stand. So this is bonus number 11. Well, yeah, I'll just call it 11. In a romance novel, I cannot stand when characters call each other by first and last name. Like, I just don't get it. I hate it. It makes me cringe. Example, when they're like, I love you, Jack Turner. Like, I cannot stand it. I'm crazy, head over heels in love with you, Megan Jones. Like, just saying it now out loud is just so frustrating because people don't talk like that in real life. I do not call my man by his first and last name. Not your mama, you're not in trouble. Like, this book, Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. The 2 main characters in this book, they end up falling in love, call each other by first and last name so much, and it was so irritating. I think the boy's name was Jack Maslin, so every other word the girl's like, I love you, Jack Maslin. You are Jack Maslin. Like, I don't find that romantic or cute. I find it very annoying. All right, y'all, those were my 10, well, technically 11 bookish icks. I hope y'all enjoyed. That was actually hard to get through because all those things irritate me so bad. Let me know if you hold any of those and comment with me, hopefully, so I know I'm not crazy. Thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all in my next video.